Hey everybody, out here at Renlow Park. Unfortunately, I didn't make it to Saturday's race, but I made it for Sunday's race, and I thought, man, there's a lot of nice bikes around here. So instead of sitting in front of the camera and giving you a little introduction, I thought, let's just walk around and check out some of these bikes. I'm telling you what, there was a lot of nice looking bikes, and I mean just about every variety out there. A lot of old ITs, CRs, XRs, Huskies, KTMs, big old big bore 490s. There's some BSA, looks like it's straight out of Hogan's Heroes. I think that's an Hidaka, Super Rat. What do you get? Couple of Yamahas here. He guarantees a win on this one. Here's that dang hill climb you had to be kind of committed on. Up and around. So this is Sunday's race. This is the dual disc. And this is Anthony Lowry. One of the riders that I think is going to be a contender for the championship for sure. And you got Joey Spade up there right in front of him, who also, you can throw a blanket over us for his, the points. And between me, Joey, Evan, and Anthony, it's going to come down to the wire. Everybody said that Anthony was like super fast yesterday in this race. And he ended up winning Saturday's race. He was running sweep. He was running the motocross. But I don't know if you can look down there at his hands. You don't see any gloves, which I don't know what the heck he was thinking, not wearing any gloves here, but he has some blisters on the inside of his hands, and boy, they ever bad. That dude in the orange up there is me. Craig and I are battling out after we got the whole shot on these boys, but I can tell you right now. Oh yeah, there goes Joey. Just snuck by him. Not sure what happened to Anthony on that turn. He did the exact same thing to me, and I was able to get back by him on the second or third lap there. That dude on the Suzuki up there, Joey Spade, he's going to be winning this. Didn't get the greatest of starts. We all know it ain't one at the start. It helps. He gets around everybody, though. We're snaking down through these pines. We're going to end up into a little bit of a field section and back into some single track. Things get kind of bottlenecked. You'll see. I don't know how much Anthony's got left in the tank after yesterday's race. He seemed really tired around camp. Joey's starting to stretch his legs a little bit there for sure. They're catching me. I can start to see my jersey up there. I knew I wasn't going to get going any faster enough to get ahead of these guys. We're starting to catch that next line of guys. Things are getting bottlenecked, and I can tell you, I could hear them coming up behind me. Things were getting hot and heavy. Oh, Joey got by me. I'm getting a little loose out there, that's for sure. Anthony right now is thinking, where in the heck can I get around him at? I'm going to try to take an inside path here, get around Joey. It ain't working. We're bottlenecked. This dude in the Suzuki doesn't know I'm there. Had to pull a little slide job on Anthony there for a second. Oh, that's old Brian Ashcraft up there. He's gonna get into the mix. Well, Joey made short work of Brian. Now he's got to put a little distance between me and him. Oh, just a mistake. Oh, I spun out a little bit to the left there. Left the door open for Anthony, and he's gone. Both kept. I'm right behind Anthony now. We're both trying to get around Brian. You're not going to get around somebody in this kind of stuff, and Joey can just kind of stretch it out a little bit. But let me tell you what, I looked at the lap times here in this race, and well, Joey was throwing down like 14-minute lap times, and my best lap time was in my last lap was like a low, like 15:03 or something like that. I ended up in second place. Anthony ended up in, I think, fourth place. I'm not sure if he even finished the race here. Didn't matter because there's no points. More for a bragging rights kind of thing. But, Joey found some speed somewhere in that Suzuki, let me tell you. Not to mention all the hard training he's been doing. Ryan looks around and sees us. I don't know if I got back by him there or not. I'm not quite sure. Anthony and I went back and forth, passing each other several times out throughout the race. It did make it fun. I just included one lap of this race though, just to kind of give you a feel for how things are. Stick around. The last half of this video is Saturday's race with, this is Anthony. His dad, Craig, will be on that 74 Yamaha MX100. And you'll get a chance to see Saturday's race as well if you were interested on how it looked. I didn't get a chance to race it, so it's hard to narrate something you ain't seen. I did watch a good portion of the video though, and it looked like a great track. I absolutely loved this track. It had a little bit of everything, and I liked it. It was around 4 miles long, I guess, and I guess yesterday's track was around a little less, 3 something miles or whatever. There was little tidbits of the race from last year in here too. I remember coming out across here. I will say, even though we're not doing any sight laps, if you run the vintage race or any of the races ahead of these races, it does make it a little bit nicer as far as seeing the races and stuff. The track. This is a good virgin first lap for Anthony here. He didn't run any vintage or post-vintage races, so for this being his first lap, kudos to him. I'm not sure if I'd have been going quite as quick as him. Oh, I remember this section here. Last year, I think we went out through right in here somewhere, and I smashed into a dang tree. Right about here. Kind of ended my race. How'd y'all do right there, everybody? Them logs were just at such an angle that it caught my back tire once in there, and I mean just threw the whole bike completely sideways. I mean, it was a nice little cross, and they put them in there to keep the mud and stuff down, I think. Oh, they were slick as ice. And this section right in through here, boy, the roots. It's hard to see on the video, but a couple little spots in there got kind of deep. This little mud hole here didn't really get overly deep. The course kind of spread out around it. We're coming up to this one section. Anybody that ran it will know exactly what I'm talking about. There was these ruts. They came on, and I mean, they were foot peg deep on the right, and by the end of the race, they were foot peg deep on the left on the second one, and you had to just kind of know. Right here, you go up right there, down in. Boy, they were deep. I knew after you hit that section, now you're going to have a nice little grass track section right here to slide up into. And I'll tell you what. Oh, I wish I had a picture of it. Me and old George Kemp, we were, I mean, sneaking out through here, showing each other our fenders. Some of the best racing I've had all year. It was a freaking blast. I'm nowhere to be seen. I can't remember what lap I did catch Anthony out here. It was a fun race with him for sure. It just amazes me he's out here without any gloves. Hopefully his hands heal up good here in the next couple weeks, and we'll see him over at Ashcraft. I'm sure we will. Got to get him a better pair of gloves, maybe. Tell you what, the shadows made this hard to see where you're supposed to go right in through here. I think Anthony is definitely off the trail here. There, he's back on now. I'm not sure what happened there. I think he just lost track, and the shadows made it hard in there to see. I can tell you he didn't go very far off the trail. It wasn't like he cut a bunch of trail off. Start heading back toward the start-finish line here now. You gotta go out through this little bit of a single track out through here, and in the vintage race, I blew this one turn coming up here. You'll see it. I was so focused on the trail itself, right here. Anthony made good work. We all told each other about that turn right there. I went straight through on that road. I was just concentrating on going, and then right the last second I saw the blue arrow. I turned around and come back and got back on this trail. That was an easy one to blow though, for sure. I'll bet you Joey's got a full minute head start on us right now going into the second lap, and he never looked back. That kid was on fire on Sunday. He was flying. Anthony, Evan, and myself, we never had anything for him. And I think Ashcraft is going to be a lot of the same. I got the bike ready though. I'm going to be counting on no mistakes. That's what I'm looking for. minimizing my mistakes and hopefully getting more consistent lap times is a goal for the rest of the year if I'm going to stay in any kind of contention for the championship with these guys. That grass is kind of slicker, isn't it there, Anthony? I saw a couple other guys go down right there, though, so, I mean, there was something about that turn that kind of, it doubled back on itself a little bit, so it kind of snuck up on you. And this being the first lap, you wouldn't know it was there. I don't know what it was about that little creek crossing, but I had a heck of a time. Several times I went up on there and I got turned sideways, kicked the bike a little bit one way or another, and yeah, we're getting really close here to a good first lap being out in the books. Well, keep your eye out for old Anthony Lowry here, because I'm going to tell you right now, he's fast and getting faster every race. A lot of these kids are. Kudos to him for Saturday's win and doing a heck of a job out here on Sunday as well, but that's going to be all she wrote for that. Alright, now this is Saturday's race. This is Craig the Shriner, aka Social Butterfly, Lowry. And let me just tell you what, he's giving that MX-100 all it can do. I guess they started out with a hill climb on the right. Guys were getting stuck, so they took us up over the old hill climb, and you had to be committed. And there's an alternate trail coming up here. Yeah, you see these guys coming up right here? They took the alternate trail. I'm a little bit surprised that Craig didn't take that alternate trail either, but knowing Craig, I'm really not surprised. You would think with a 6-foot-something frame on a 100, he might think twice about it, but nope. He actually made it look pretty easy, in my opinion. It looks like they're snaking down the trail. It looks like they're just, to me, it looks like they're right above the motocross course. Yeah, it sure does look like it. Fellow there got off course a little bit. Yeah, up there at Renlow, they had it all this year. They had the motocross out into the field, which was nice for people that were parking. You could kind of, if you were sitting around the outside circle, you could sit and watch the motocross racing going on, and had almost a mile loop out there. I know I didn't do it, but a lot of guys that did do it, they liked it. They said it was a nice addition to the National Series. I know when I showed up on Sunday, because I had to work Saturday, Craig and Anthony both were whooped. They had raced the motocross, they raced the vintage, they raced the dual disc, and oh yeah, they were tired by the time I got there. I was surprised they raced me as hard as they did on Sunday. I swear someday they ought to put an Ironman competition in on some of these tracks that do this for an overall best competitor that does the motocross, the cross countries, and the 3 cross country races. I think that'd be a pretty cool class to have. I've been in some other series that do it, and makes it interesting for sure. I'll let you in on why you're seeing Craig and Anthony's footage here, not my own. I ran my GoPro and I had some of the best footage that I've had all year long. I really got into some really good races on Sunday's race, especially in the on the KTM. It was just a blast out there riding. I was around other riders the whole time for the most part, and it was just a really good time out there racing. I got into the grass track with Jeff Kemp, and it was just bar to bar kind of racing. And I got in with Anthony back and forth. Brian Ashcraft for a while. We were working hard to get around some of the riders that had started in front of us. It just made for some really good racing out there. Unfortunately, I'd put a SD card in my camera, a new one that I'd bought, so I wouldn't have to swap out so much in between races, 128 gig, but I didn't know that they made different speeds of those SD cards. So if you're running a GoPro, make sure you get one that has the V for speed. It'll either be a V90 or a V Ultra, depending on what brand you're buying. Make sure it's for a video card. You can usually tell by the price. The video ones are a lot more expensive. The one I bought was an XC, which was for pictures. I'll be able to put a buttload of pictures on that XC card for sure, but it doesn't record video. It doesn't have a fast enough speed for what GoPro's throwing at it. So live and learn, but thank God you guys still get a chance to watch some great footage here and see how Craig and Anthony did. Craig ended up winning this race on Saturday. Anthony won his on Sunday. And let me see. Yeah, Craig won on Saturday, Anthony won on Saturday, and Joey Spade won on Sunday. I had good vintage footage with the MX360, and I had the KTM, which I came in second behind Joey. Everybody said how fast this track was on Saturday and how much they really liked it. Hopefully they come back next year again for another national. Would be nice. This is a great part to utilize the single track that they let us ride on there, that's for sure. Kudos goes out to that trail team to come out and cut this in. I think they were up there for a couple days at least, cutting new trail in around here, and it shows. I tell you, they did one heck of a job. Kind of wish Craig would catch up with some competition here so we can watch some racing action going on. This is a good way to watch the track, but if I know these guys, I'll run it in reverse next year. The reason we first started making these videos so we could go back and watch the terrain and maybe learn the tracks a little bit, but they never use the same track twice. They always end up either reversing the track or cutting new single track in. They make it a little bit different. So I imagine Even though you can see the general lay of the land, I'll bet you $100 next year they have something different laid out. Well, y'all, I'm gonna let you watch the remainder of this lap. I'm gonna get going out of here, and hopefully we get to see y'all whenever you show up over there at Brian Ashcraft's and enjoy some of the grass track action on Saturday and some of the cross country action that's gonna be hot and heavy on Sunday. So, y'all have a good one. I'll talk to y'all a little later.